Hi, and welcome to Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. My name is Lucy Johnson, a Fenton High School student, BTV intern, and your host of this episode. Today we will be discussing Fenton's High Five Choir with our guests, Sarah D. Williams, a Fenton music faculty member, Faith Riziona, a Fenton student, and Crystal Woods, another Fenton student. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Miss Williams, can you start by telling us what inspired you about High Five Choir?
Absolutely. I was at IMEC, the Illinois Music Education Conference, a couple of years ago, and New Trier brought their High Five Choir to perform for us. And it was an absolutely inspiring performance and an inspiring ensemble. And so I brought that back to Fenton and hoped that we could start one.
Oh. Faith and Crystal, why should others be a part of High Five Choir?
It helps you build like community connections, I would say, and a lot of the students who are usually in it, I feel like they're almost like isolated from everyone else, and I feel like it's a way for them to connect with all different types of students at Fenton.
Yeah, it also helps build leadership for other students.
Can you describe what makes High Five Choir unique compared to other music programs?
I think they hit the nail on the head right there. Instead of being our main focus of performing, our main focus is connection between the students and really like building those bridges and getting to know one another, and then out of that comes our musical performances.
How long has High Five Choir been active, and how has it changed over its run?
So we have run it as a pilot for the last couple of years. As of last year, it was available for students to take as a class. It has not yet run as a formal class, and it's something we've kind of run under the umbrella as concert choir. And we have worked together all fall and then performed at the holiday assembly for the student population.
Faith and Crystal, how has your experience been in the choir?
It's been really fun. We've gotten to learn all different types of music, and it's a lot more, not a lot more fun than like normal choir, but we get to play like games, and we get to actually like talk during choir, and we get to build friendships.
I feel like to add on to that, it's like a bit less serious in a sense. That might sound bad, but like I feel like we can be a bit more calmer. Like there's not as much like pressure because we're just like there to have fun, build connections and all that stuff.
Miss Williams, what is the main mission or goal of High Five Choir, and how have your performance and practices achieved that?
Our main goal of High Five Choir is to bring students from all different backgrounds together, all different abilities, and really bridge that gap through community, and then out of that make music. And I think we've been meeting weekly and bi-weekly in order to do that, and then we get that opportunity to perform for our peers, which I also think really does a lot to break down barriers and show that all students can make music together.
Can you walk us through a typical rehearsal?
Yeah, we start with warm-ups, which sometimes are silly and fun, and sometimes are preparing us for the things that we're singing. At the beginning, couple of rehearsals, we'll do some getting to know you activities and games, and then we jump right into the piece of music that we're singing, which is usually a little bit more popular in nature. And because we have limited time together, we'll break it down by parts and then put those bigger chunks together to have our culminating performance.
Faith and Crystal, what is your favorite part of the rehearsals?
I feel like my favorite part is I feel like maybe like learning the music and adding it together, because I feel like when we add it together and like do it with everyone and all that stuff, it's really fun because we try to like add like little dancing moves and all that stuff to interact with the kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we finally actually learn the piece and we get to start adding like dance movements and fun things like that.
Can you share a particularly memorable moment from your time with the choir?
There's many, but one that sticks out was our first year when we ran it for a pilot. We had a student join us, and he was our percussionist, and we were singing a Bruno Mars song, and there was a point in the song where we said, "Julio, get the set," and we all pointed to him, and it just like was the highlight of the performance, and you could just see him light up, so it really stuck with all of us.
Wow, well that's all the questions I have. Do you guys have anything else you might want to share?
Everybody should join us. High Five Choir is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes. Well, we will be right back after this short commercial break.
The Edge Ice Arena is one of Chicagoland's premier ice skating facilities, featuring world-class skating events for the whole family. The Edge features 3 sheets of NHL regulation size ice, offering skate programs for hockey players, figure skaters, and recreational skaters of all ages. The Edge is also available for private functions and parties accommodating from 10 to 200. Be active, be entertained. be inspired. Experience the spectacular Edge Ice Arena. The 88-acre Redmond Recreational Park houses diverse activities that offer something for the entire family, hosting a wide variety of sports activities like baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, and hockey. Our 1.2-mile walking path is great for jogging, biking, or strolling along the Redmond Reservoir. Be active, be entertained, be inspired. Experience the spectacular Redmond Recreational Complex. The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is an indoor aquatic facility attached to the Edge Ice Arena at 545 John Street, offering diving boards and a 13-foot diving well and an 8-lane, 25-yard lap pool ranging from 5 to 6 feet deep. The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is also available for private functions and parties. Be active, be entertained, be inspired. Experience the spectacular Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
You're watching Bensonville TV, providing local government programming to residents 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, featuring board meetings, news, events, bulletin boards, and original programming about the services provided by our municipal government and affiliated organizations. Always on, offering community information anytime. To find out more, visit our website, www.bensonville.il.us. Live, learn, explore. Bensonville Community Television.
Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. My name is Lucy Johnson, a Fenton High School student, BTV intern, and your host for this episode. Today we are discussing Fenton's choir with our guests, Sarah D. Williams, a Fenton music faculty member, and two students, Faith Riziona and Crystal Woods. Ms. Williams, how do you select songs for the choir, and do the students have any input?
The students do have input, especially for the final concert, especially my seniors. I'll ask them, was there a piece that was significant to you, is something you'd want to sing again? But we start with the voicing, so the students that are enrolled, and then the ability level. And then we pivot and go towards which concert we're picking music for, i.e. is it the holiday concert or the end of the year concert? And then we also talk about and think about the different themes, musical concepts, and things we want to teach. The music is really an avenue to teach those things. And so that all comes together, and that's how we kind of program our pieces into the bigger program. And then we also think about which pieces are being sung by the different ensembles so that we're not repeating or too many slow songs, too many up-tempo songs, and those sorts of things.
Well, do either of you have a favorite song you've performed with the choir?
My favorite song is a swing choir song. We did it my freshman year. We're actually redoing it this year. It's Sing. It's by the Pentatonics, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was my favorite because it was my freshman year, and everyone was like, I had so many friends in choir, and everyone was like so good to me because I was a freshman, and I was like, wow, like everyone's so amazing.
Are you like this to the new freshmen now?
Yes, maybe.
She is.
Crystal, do you have a favorite song?
Okay, my favorite song is actually from last year. It was Stand Up. I really liked that piece. I watched the movie when we were actually getting ready to perform it, and the movie really touched me. I don't know, it was really good, and I don't really like movies like that, but it was really good. But also the piece, I don't know, there was something about it. Maybe it's the beginning, but every part of the piece was so well thought out. I don't know. I feel like it was such a good piece to do. I would love to do it again.
Yeah. Well, Faith just talked about being a freshman and being welcomed into the choir. Ms. Williams, how do you support people that are new to the choir that might be nervous about performing?
The fantastic thing about choir at Fenton is that it is all different ages and ability levels. The only ensemble that is auditioned is swing choir, so it really is a come-all. My veterans and my officers are really good about being as welcoming as possible, but we really start from scratch every year so as to bring in anybody who has never done it before.
Well, Faith or Crystal, what has the choir taught you about teamwork and collaboration?
I would say, choir is kind of if you put it in this sort of way, it's like a team sport. And with something where you're kind of all on the same team, you kind of have to rely on each other a lot and listen to each other. So I feel and also just leadership, because obviously if someone's doing something wrong, then we raise our hand, be like, hey, this note ain't right. But I don't know, I feel it's taught me just a lot about how to rely on a team for a performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of if someone doesn't show up and everyone kind of has to do their own part, because you can't be missing someone and for it to sound completely different. So everyone has to pull their own weight, and it's taught me how to do that.
Well, Ms. Williams, what role does the choir play in fostering a sense of community at Fenton?
I think it's the diversity of the choir, students from all different backgrounds, students of all different grade levels, and then that sense of community that we build within really reaches out to others. We're always welcoming others to come and join us, and they really do an awesome job of not only relying on one another, but bringing each other in and up to the same level. And I think that then reaches out because we're able to show others that they're able to do that in a classroom setting.
Has being in the choir helped you guys grow personally or even academically?
It's helped me grow academically because to be able to do the concerts for swing choir and be able to go on like the fun field trips that we go on, you have to be like eligible. So it helps me stay on top of things because I want to do all of the field trips and I want to still be a part of all of the choir related things.
I feel like for me personally, it's helped me a lot with time management because I wouldn't say like choir's like the biggest like commitment like in the whole world, but like I feel like it's somewhat of a commitment, like the concerts, the performances, and then there's swing choir, and I feel like it's helped me manage my time with my academics, and time management I feel like is an important skill that I'm going to need a lot in the future. So I feel like almost in a way choir's preparing me for the future.
Ms. Williams, what are your hopes for the future of the choir, and are there any exciting plans or goals ahead?
Well, the most recent exciting plan and goal is going to be our next trip. We just recently got back from California on Monday, and that is a unique opportunity to being in band and choir at Fenton. It's our traveling, and so in 2 years, pending board approval, we'll be traveling to Disney, and that's just an awesome experience for the students to see places outside of Fenton, but talk about teamwork and team building on a bus or a plane or all of the places we go. So that's always so exciting. I think that musically, there's lots of things that I have planned that I'm super excited about, but just continuing to grow. COVID took a toll on all fine arts, so we're slowly rebuilding and just watching that growth. Every year we have more and more students excited about it, and kind of bringing them into the Fenton choir family is really exciting to me, just to see how far we can go.
Well, what would you guys give students that are considering joining, what advice would you give students that are considering joining the choir?
I would say just do it, like just join to join. A lot of people think like, oh, I can't sing, like I'm not a good singer, I can't join choir. But there have been like seniors who just joined choir like their second semester senior year, and they're like, I wish I was doing this the entire time. And you see like growth in people, like you see people who don't think that they're good singers and then they join choir and then they like learn how to use their voice and they're like, wow, low key, I should have been doing this because I could have been like Ariana Grande by now.
Well, is there any message or takeaway that you want the audience to get about the choir for anybody?
We have seniors who join and their biggest regret is that they just didn't try it sooner. High school is a time to try all different types of activities and push yourself out of your comfort zone. It gets a lot more challenging when you're an adult to be a part of a choir, be a part of an ensemble, be a part of something. And then I think just the life skills that the students learn can be applied to any area in your life. So it's amazing when we have music majors and future music majors come out of the program, but we also are building leaders. And I think that anybody who takes choir will get those skills.
Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in next time for Spotlight on Fenton. Bye!
Thank you.